Thank you very much. You can take your seats. Well, several years ago, a professor was hired to teach the son of Abraham Lincoln, the then tallest US president. What the man does is that at whatever time he comes to class, he will bow for the children. And then one day he was asked by one of the curious pupils, and they asked him, "Sir, why are you buying for us? We are supposed to be buying for you." And the man said, "Because I may not be there the day you people shall have arrived. Because amongst you seated are governors, among you seated software engineers, among you seated here are those that will move Nigeria from the renewed hope to a better hope tomorrow, sometimes in our near tomorrow. I may be away as at then. As a preacher, maybe I should be in heaven by then. So may I seize this opportunity in bowing to the future leaders of our world. You are all welcome." Well, I'm here to talk in brief about breaking the box. Breaking the box. Strategic repositioning for mental rebirth. And I want to start this call for one, a change of the acts, a change of the arts, a change of what I may guidedly call a culture. Because whatsoever you've held onto for too long will define your lifestyle. And whatever becomes a lifestyle could be your culture. So I want to start this brief discussion on what I may call a culture, in quotes, of our youth by giving us some quotes. Though these quotes may be old, but they are very apt as at this point. The first quote: "Society is always taken by surprise at any new example of common sense." And that's a quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson, an American essayist, philosopher, and transcendentalist. He lived between 1803 and 1883. A second quote: "The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn." This was a quote by Alvin Toffler, an American writer and digital revolutionist. He lived between 1928 and 2016. Another quote: "Nobody makes a greater mistake than he who does nothing because he could do only a little." That's according to Edmund Burke, a British statesman. Quote number 4: "Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds." This is according to the legendary reggae artist Robert Nesta Marley in his 1980 all-time best song, Redemption Song. 5. There's nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. This is according to William Shakespeare, the most known. Then finally, according to Shakespeare, he says what matters most to him, he takes last. So I want to take this one last, not because he's the inferior amongst it, but because it's what matters most to me. And I want to quote from the creed of life. "For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he." Proverbs chapter 23, verse 7. Drawing from the foregoing postulations, it is at a glare that man has the options of either remaining at the doldrums of uneasiness, complaints, despair, or may even be swimming against the tide of progress, all not because of what someone have done to him, but because of what he has made of himself. While the latter description may fit some persons that are within what I may call a lifestyle set of mental enslavement, this paper sets out to prescribe strategic options which can medicate the ill, thereby eroding a redemption a rebirth by breaking the encasements around our minds. Hence the assertion, breaking the box. I will define some few terms, then I will look at some of what I call imprisonment illusions, mental imprisonment illusions. Then I will adumbrate my own belief that we, the upcoming youth of Ogoni, we can do better by taking a little retrospect into what happened to our leaders before. Then finally, I shall prescribe some strategic steps that, if taken, will take you from where you are to where you must be. I hope someone will still be there with me. Conceptual review, breaking the box. This is the proverbial act of destroying all perceived or observed hedges against the outflow of a desired virtue or outcome. In the Bible, they talk about the lady that broke the alabaster box. The oil must come out of the box for it to serve the purpose of beautifying our Christ. So you must break the hedge around your life for you to be able to stand out, to becoming those things you've told us this day that you want to be. Strategic repositioning. The word strategic is the adjectival form of the word strategy. And the word strategy was borrowed from the Greek word stratego, which means warfare. So to be strategic means to position yourself being battle ready to go to the next level. An Ogoni youth that is not ready to come out of where he is can never get to where he or she should be. Hence, be strategic. To be strategic, therefore, means be ready to take your position against those things that have been keeping you where you think you are and where you feel you are. The MC said he has to change from one line to another, thereby breaking the hedge that we're against him. Positioning means taking a stance, such as building a mindset, a mind state, a belief, a faith, or even actions or action sequences with which to win the identified ill posers or positions that have kept you from smiling. Mental rebirth. This refers to those things that relate to the psychic disposition of an individual, thereby framing his mindset and putting him, classifying him amongst a set of mind state holders that may not be too good or at times may be good. Rebirth means to reemerge, a paradigm shift based on strategic actions. Some mental imprisonment illusions. Having introduced what is rebirth, mental, and the rest, I want to tell us, not all of us are bewitched. Is somebody hearing me? Thank God, while I was being introduced, I was introduced as a preacher of the gospel. So I'll be approaching this paper from a multidimensional approach. I may go religious, I may go social, I may go financial. All that forms me, I want to empty into our youth. But let me say that there are certain things that we've held onto for too long that we feel are normal. My brothers and sisters, they are not. There are some that we think they are very right, very apt. They look too good. They look so reasonable only to you. But of a truth, they are mere illusions. An illusion is a thing that exists only within our own mindsets. But in reality, they are nowhere. I will tell you some of them. And you check yourself while I call them out now and discuss them. Because one or all of these must have been responsible for how you are. Number one, the false self syndrome. False self syndrome. Some youths either over or underestimate themselves. You see some persons, as we were talking here this morning, some persons will say, what will you want to be? Some persons are shy of aspiring higher. They limit themselves to a particular level. I suffered from it. Let me tell us. I started off in life planning to become a medical doctor. But while I was in class 1, first term ended on Thursday. On Friday, my father died. So I had from second class 1 till today to be for myself and by myself academically. I have friends, they are today medical doctors. We started off together. Dr. Lelo Bubasa, most of us we know him. His own elder brother, Dr. Yu. We started off together, formed a union for us to forge ahead academically. But along the line, me, I gave up. Say the kind of expenditure involved in their own training, they were already in universities. I was in secondary school, but they were my friends. They were those I was looking up to. I work with them, we talk, we chat. So having looked at myself with an eye that I cannot, I changed at SFP, I changed from science to arts. That's why I began doing management. But I told myself I must be a doctor. And today I am one. This underestimation or overestimation, some persons will see themselves as having grown so big that they cannot understudy someone. Sorry, I was using instances as a teacher. The MC was telling a boy there that he should collect the phone number of a software engineer and start understudying him. Most of us were not ready to understudy someone. We feel too big to learn from. Let me tell you, whatever you don't know is a cost that you need to pay, not minding who can give you. So if it's from your child, go to him and learn. Stop this foolish, sorry for the word, sorry for the use of the word foolish, this foolish overestimation of yourself. You get to some places, they say, is it this one that's going to teach? Someone will walk out. What is he going to tell me? You are dying. I must tell you the raw truth. So stop the false self-estimation, because it will lead you to doing very little or nothing. And Edmund Burke have told us in the quotes that the one that make the greatest mistake is he who refuses to do something because he thinks he can do very little. The second illusion is the poverty mentality syndrome. Poverty mentality syndrome. In our part of the world, we believe that average Ogoni man is a poor man. True or false? Hello? True or false? Okay, let me tell us. It has been so drummed in and so appreciated, falsely appreciated, that we believe that the poor man's son, they will tell you that a poor man's child don't have to dream big. In Canada, they say, we baraka. Now I'm wearing Zagaranam. And so they will tell you, in our days, if you are coming home with a rich man's son as a friend, your mother will warn you, be careful. You see that you people don't belong to the same level. I beg, follow only the poor because you are a poor child. Poverty is, by definition, lack of efforts and opportunity. That's poverty. It's not in money. It's not in cash. It's when you don't have the opportunity. And when the opportunity presents itself, you lack the efforts. You refuse to do anything about it. That's poverty. And every man was created rich by God. So you are not a poor man. Avoid the poor man's mentality. It is an illusion. Number 3, the servitude syndrome. It has been falsely noted about the Ogonis that the best people that can do service, menial service, are the Ogonis. They'll tell you, who be your houseboy? And say, no, find Ogoni boy. Who be that your boy for your office? Say, that boy now, Ogoni boy, a very good boy. That false mentality about us has been killing us. Let me tell us rather who we are. Ogonis, we are pure. Ogonis, we are great. Ogonis, we are a people with very great testimonies of how dogged and how resilient we are. Thank God for the adverts that ROS TV, the ROS TV, River State Television used to present on the TV. They will tell you the resilient Ogonis. Have you seen it? They will tell you this about that about Okrika, that about Anthony. For the Ogonis, they said the resilient Ogonis. If they have come to that visualization, Men and brethren, let's follow suit. Tell someone beside you, let's follow suit. Ogonis are adventurous. We go for great things. I will tell you very soon about some that have done so. Another negative thing we hold as a syndrome that has kept our mind the enclave that requires a rebirth is the what I call the negotiative syndrome. Don't mind me, I just coined two things: negative initiative. Negative initiative. I call it negotiative syndrome. An Ogoni son or a woman coming up with a new idea, you see people discouraging them. Don't try. Either they will kill you, you don't get money to push it, forget about that thing. Who have done it before and survived? It now made us to throw away most of our best brains, most of our best ideas. Hear me and hear me well. All the monies you need are there available within a single idea. All the gateway you need, the gate pass you need to get into where you want to get to lies in a very small idea that may look so small, but at the end of the day, that's all you need. Initiate something. Go for something new. In my quote, I talked about Ralph Waldo Emerson that said, society is always taken aback, taken by surprise by every example of common sense. And everybody created by God has common sense. All that is left for you to do is bring out this common sense, because common sense is not common. Number 5, the eyes on the world syndrome. Most of us believe that until you japa, you cannot make it. But there are men here, there are women here that will never japa to anywhere, yet they will make it. We believe that without the world helping us, we can't get anywhere. Sorry, I may say this without fear of being misinterpreted, but if I should, I'm not afraid. What has killed our Mosop? Dependence on the world. What kept most of our youth at Benin Republic soft today? We want to go outside the world. But there are those that are within that are making waves, yet they've not crossed over. And this tendency of overconfidence and overdependence on help from above has caused us several cases of humiliation, dehumanization, and pain. It is a problem. It's not supposed to be so. Number 6, syndrome. That is an illusion. The entitlement mentality syndrome. Most of us believe that this very thing supposed to belong to me. You see you doing nothing but waiting on the arrival of ready-mades. Instances are the issues of demanding for matching ground. A contract will be awarded for the benefit of your community. Youth will line up and stop the contractor from working, demanding matching ground. At the end, they will leave it. Hear me well. It is on record as of 2023 that of all the ethnic groups in Rivers State, Ogoni has the greatest percentage of abandoned projects from government. And when you ask them, they will tell you attitude of the youth. Entitlement mentality. Then the final illusion that caused our problem is what I call the political possibilism illusion. Political-possibilism illusion. Most of our youth believe that if you are not in politics, you can't make it. And that's why today you see them playing and entering into politics by all available means. They engage in it less courteously. I'm not saying politics is bad, but the way we are playing our politics around here is not too sweet. The politics of blackmail, the politics of bringing one down so that I can stand, the politics when we come and now pull us into hurting ourselves so that he can take position, then we will sheepishly and foolishly do it. That is uncalled for. Man, You can be whatever you want to be without politics, and the politicians will look for you. After all, they will look for you to write their speeches. They will look for you to anchor their occasion. They will look for you to plan their events. They will look for you when they are sick as a medical personnel. Let them depend on you rather than you depending on them. Take a step. Leave that level. He said, hey, chairman is not doing anything for me. Must he do it for you? Governor has done nothing for me. Must they do it for you? Take your step. While going, the best effort is that is appreciated, haven't been exhibited. So if you've not exhibited an effort, no one may be available to appreciate you. Having said all this, I still believe that we, the Ogonis, can do something better because there were things that our leaders did before. I will tell you just about few. In what I said, my optimism. Ogonis, the striking retrospection. I took a journey into the past and found out that there were some of our leaders, some are still alive, some are of blessed memory, that did things not having the kind of opportunities we are having today. I will tell you number one amongst them. Some years back, there was a sampling of opinion about medical doctors in Eastern Nigeria. And when I mean Eastern Nigeria, I mean South and Southeast combined. And it was found that an Ogoni man from Buatown by the name Dr. Kwan, some of you may know him, was amongst the best gynecologists we have in Eastern Nigeria. He is a proud Ogoni man. Number two, in politics, during the pre-colonial Republic of Nigeria, if Nigeria had a republic like that, a man called Apa Paul Birabi, who happens to be one of the progenitors of the modern Ogoni race, he contested election in the midst of an Igbo-controlled region and made it to the Eastern House of Assembly. And right there in that assembly, he was a force to reckon with. History has it that the likes of the then Sikh of Africa, they were so envious of him that they planned to kill him. I don't know about it, but some still say that they were part of those that killed him because of his kind of dogged attitude towards reality and the truth. He did it as at then when Ogoni had graduates and he wasn't a graduate. And most of us here, we are all graduates. Let me give you an information. The benefit of higher institution is not because you should carry big bag and hold big dictionary or carry loaded with books and perambulate the campus half naked. It is because they call it university a new world within the existing world where you should be exposed to what should be. And my student once defined a student as anybody that wants to know more. So you should know more. Having passed through your studentship and you are now a graduate, it is assumed that you know better than this man that led Ogoni well. In sciences and discoveries, I'll tell you a story. What led to the ending of the Biafran War, the surrendering of Biafra from history. Biafra were advancing in the war against Nigeria because of their bomb that was called Ogbunigwe. Who has a witness to it? And Ogoni man was the man that discovered and manufactured Ogbunigwe. Though along the line he messed up, so to say, and he's late. The late Dr. G.B. Layton, a first-class graduate of the then University of London as at 1963, was the man that manufactured Ogbunigwe. And Biafra was using. It was a kind of bomb that Nigerian army did not understand. So at a point when Igbos want to be very sharp, they replace him with an understudied technician, a man they assigned to understudy him. So the man went there in his absence to fix up the factory so that they can manufacture more, while they sent him away so that he can be dispensed of. And the factory exploded, putting an end to that technology. That was why, because they were now handicapped, they have to surrender to Nigeria. And Ogoni man did that as at then. Again, in the military, we had a man from Yokuru whose name was Squadron Leader Anthony Duson, the man that they renamed TTC Road after. As at his time in the 1990s, he was the best helicopter and jet bomber pilot of the Nigerian Air Force of Nigeria. He made it at a time we scarcely understood who an Ogoni man was. Here we are. As at that time, up to the 90s, let's assume we were in the dark age. We are back here now. We did not have this number of graduates in Ogoni as at then, especially at the youthful level. Graduates then were elderly men. And today we are here, full with potencies. Why can't we do better than them? If the same God that created them as an Ogoni is the same God that created us, and the same spirit that we call the spirit of Ogoni that back them is still available for us, then you can be what you want to be. Tell somebody beside you, I will be what I want to be. The only thing we have to do is for us to break the box. That encasement around you, break it. That thing that is stealing and pinning you down, break it. How can we do that? I present that and then I go and sit down. Breaking the box. Strategic prescriptions for mental rebirth. I will calm down here. I have 30 minutes, that's why I was rushing. You can break the box of mental slavery and emancipate yourself therefrom, just as Bob Marley earlier told us. Thereby not becoming an illiterate in our century, as Alban Toffler will say, by adopting meaningfully the following strategies. Number one, the I can self mission. I can self mission. I can self mission. The Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria will tell you that if you can, then I can. Any accountant in the house will tell you if I can. If you feel you can, then come and write I can. That's just what they are telling you. If they can, if they could, if they had, then I can. That's just it. If there is a medical doctor and he became a medical doctor, then I too, I can also be a medical doctor. If a Yoruba man made it, somebody said he wants to be governor, only that he's sleeping while I'm teaching now. Somebody said he wants to be governor, and people were laughing. If Opobo can produce governor, why can't we Ogoni produce governor? Is that what I'm saying? Sorry, no fears. Who were the Ikweres before the coming on board of Wike? Not even Arotimi Amechi. Amechi was a broad-minded person, but the real ethnicity came in with my boss. I work under government, so he's still my boss. After all, we dey pay him every month, gratuity. If they can do it, if you can change your mindset from having unfounded fears, from having listening to stories that cannot push you. Let me talk to youth. If you have a friend that is not in your field of choice, please disfriend the friend. I'll say that again. If I'm planning to be a nurse and my best friend is a garri seller in the market, that is an aberration. Because while she will be talking about cups of garri that can give her money, you are talking about tetracycline and syringe. The whole talk cannot join. Don't be a student and have a carpenter for your best friend. If you want to be a pastor, sir, the problem with our pastoral system in Ogoni land is that most of us pastors, I'm a pastor too, they don't want to serve under bigger ones. That's why you see mushroom GOs all over the place. Sorry for the language. But at the end of the day, what are they doing with it? If they can, then I can. If somebody has ever been a software engineer, then I can also be a software. He has one head, he has one leg, a pair of eyes, he has a nostril, he has a pair of ears. Why can't I, having all that, be the same thing? If you take that, you will be focusing your eyes beyond what you are seeing around you. In the Bible, they say, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of your faith. Paul the apostle said, this is one thing I have done. I remove my eyes from the things that are around me, and I put my eyes on the ultimate goal. Set a goal. The MC has told us, make your plan smart. By smart, I mean let it be specific, let it be measurable, let it be achievable, let it be realistic, and time it. That between this time and that time, I will be this. Between this time and this time, I will do this. When you are able to do that, nothing on earth can stop you. I say it under God. The I can syndrome. You do that, be deliberate. You can do it. Do not be without a sellable skill pattern. If you are trying to do I can, make sure you have skills. Number 2, the God nature trigger. The Bible told us that every human being that's created on earth is a God. And if God have not failed, don't be afraid of failure. And if God can do it, then you can do it. If God was creative, then you can create something out of what you have around you. Again, I have what I call the ultimate mind power. The mind is the man, and the man is his mind. That's why Proverbs said, as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. What are you thinking? If your mind can conceive it, then you can achieve it. But all you have to do is change your mindset. Stop being negative. Start being positive about your life. I don't have time again. Let me just brush over these 2 in 5 minutes. Negative inertia. Avoid being at the same place from one time to another. Thank God there's a physicist in the house. The physicist will tell you inertia means a state of no motion. You are not going forward, you are not going backward. You are just static. In geography, they call it a state of in situ. No movement. You are just there. Some persons from year to year, you don't add anything to yourself. Why will your brain not be dormant? Avoid it. Finally, climb your sycamore. I'll leave the rest. Climb your sycamore. I call it the Zacchaeus effect. And Zacchaeus means pure. And we Ogonis, we are pure people. Please, pattern yourself after Zacchaeus. For Christ to see him, he made himself visible. Make yourself visible with a skill. Make yourself visible with a craft. Make yourself performing well, not just by being a graduate, but a better graduate. He climbed a tree for Jesus to see him. Which tree will you climb today? Thank God for our convener. He's a tech giant, and there are resource persons that will take us through where we should be. Don't live here without a skill. In all, align positively. Don't be part of those that will give us trouble. May I conclude by saying that do not think you are living unless and until you are capable of standing out. And until you decide to stand out, it may be illusory trying to stand you or locate you. In all, you can be the true you if and only if you dare. Nobody really is your oppressor. You are by your thinking. Emancipate yourself from where you are in your thinking and actions. Unlearn what you have held onto for too long and relearn new ones. Pay the price of pushing yourself up and out. None but you can free your mind. Break your precious box or boxes. Cross the blocking tides. Pick the next rung and upward you will fly. Above all, embrace God. Serve Him for real. Be committed to His ways. Reframe your stance of life. Don't be left out. See you at the top.